Well, hello everyone, and I'm sorry this video is going to be late, but it's just been so hot and I've been so busy with just a lot of stuff behind the scenes that the motivation to do anything other than chase shade and try to keep cool just isn't there. It's not that I don't want to make these videos, it's not that I don't try to come up with ideas, but a lot of that involves stepping outside of the van in extreme temperatures, and it's so humid here. Like, it's morning right now. As soon as I step to the front of this van, though, I'm going to start sweating. Today the van's a bit of a mess. Everything's so closed up so we keep the van cool. And we've been in a lot of spots where we need to stay stealth that I haven't had the opportunity to make noise with the shop vac, things like that. On top of that, lithium's getting pretty low. We're having to run the air conditioner earlier and later, and I'm having to keep it on when I'm inside work for the most part because the temperatures are still just hot enough that I don't want to leave the cats in the van with just a fan running. I actually really hate to give up this spot, even though it's getting warmer. We do have shade, but nobody really bothers you back here. That being said, we are the only ones still here. We don't really want to overstay our welcome. Alright, maybe we're not the only ones here. There was that one guy back there. Now, there is less hassle on a Sunday here, just because a lot of times the Barber Motor Speedway up the street has races. So you see a lot of racing cars, and that's one of the spots that people park and get a shuttle over to the race. So they're used to vehicles being there that aren't necessarily shopping in Bass Pro. This place is packed today, but we got to get some gas, which basically means that's part of the SpotMe feature too. Right now, we're at a week where we have no real money to spend, so we're borrowing against next week's paycheck, coal mine style.
I owe my soul to the company store.
Don't like it, that's what has to be done this week. Gas is $3.33 a gallon here. $10 gallons, and truth be told, that was more than I wanted to spend and put in, just because I'm trying to save as much money for that Love's RV stay tomorrow. I'm gonna take it mostly just so the front end doesn't have so much heat coming through. We're in front of a grassy area, plus there's shade right over the cab, and we've got the AC running back there. I'm just gonna go inside Buc-ee's real quick, use their facilities, and go chase a new shade spot. That tiny little tree right there is giving us just enough shade to keep part of the van from absorbing so much heat. It's ambient heat, so it's still gonna get into the van. But like I said, I'm just going in to use the facilities, maybe grab a cold beverage, and that'll be it. Honestly, I think we're just gonna head out after this. It's way too crowded, too hot for this. Now look, if this was my first time at Buc-ee's, by all means, I'd go in, do all the Buc-ee's things, but we all know this is not my first time. So this is a Sunday, it is still summer, and it's hot, right? So it's super crowded in there. The pump I got just to gas up the van was the only one available on the far end, which never happens. So this is good for the tourists, but this is kind of our spot anyway, so we're just going to mosey. Got my beverage at Circle K. I got that little rewards thing or whatever. And I forgot to dump trash at Buc-ee, so it was nice that I did that just now. Now we move. I am fascinated by that lady right there. I'm just curious at what her story is. She goes up and down this road every time I'm on it during the day. A lot of times she'll have a big trash bag full of stuff. I assume it's clothes and belongings. Lately it's just been that little bag, so I guess her big trash bag is either her stuff got stolen or lost or something. But no matter how hot the sun is, she's dressed in that same kind of outfit, long sleeves and everything else, and she just goes from one end to the other. And I'm talking far. Like, I will see her going down the back way I take to go to that library I go to, which is a whole town over. So we're talking, she travels what it would take the van 45 minutes to get to sometimes. Pulled into Aldi's. There's just a very small sliver of shade at this time of day, but that gives me enough shade in the front so the heat doesn't come through the windshield as bad, and gives me enough, just enough to have a little bit of the solar panel grab some charge. So we're getting a little charge while we're keeping the front end shaded. But it is hot, so I am going to have to kick the AC on soon, like cold. I'm trying to stay over here because it's a little too early for me to want to go over to my usual big shade spot that I spend the time and sleep at lately when I'm working on this side of town. The problem is, and I don't know exactly if it's just because the holidays are coming up or they're checking for street racers, but they got those lot cops like we usually have at Walmart. They have one at my spot over there at that corner. If you guys watch the video at all, you know when I park right across from Amazon's warehouse? Well, they've got one there. So I assume they're watching, that's the side the businesses really are, that they're watching for maybe people like me. Might not be. Yesterday I spent time on the far end lot like I always do, which is further away from that lot cop, where the abandoned grocery store and stuff is over there. And I wasn't bothered, but that was also just a Saturday, right? You don't know, maybe it's a weekday thing when they're going to crack down. Anyway, I don't want to get too close to it, so I might show a far away video of it on here, but if I don't have to be by it, that stuff captures vehicle shape and tags. It's very similar to what the flock cameras can do, except it's a pop-up standalone that you can access. You can access live feeds on your on their computer, and it takes all kinds of data as well. So really good camera systems. I've been doing some research on it since it's been there. But like I told you, sweating time. That's Alabama humidity. I got at least another month and a half, and then it'll start being something where we can do stuff. And once it's like that, I'm going to do some more small projects outside of the van, just with the stuff I already have in storage, some woodwork and things like that. Mostly they empty out that part of storage. The reason I haven't been doing a lot of cleanup and storage lately is it's too hot even there to leave the cats unattended. My gym closes at 7 on weekends on this side of town. There's not really a reason for me to go to those 24-hour gyms right now, although I absolutely love the 24-hour Planet Fitness. It's just with the vehicle the way it is, and me not having much repair wiggle room, I'm trying not to deviate too far unless it's something like a Love's RV to, recharge. So that being said, the sun's not down yet, so I can't go into the gym while the cats are in here and feel safe about it. I have the AC and stuff. With the batteries being low, though, it's too dicey, so I just don't do it. That's why a lot of the things I'm doing are inside the van. Like, I could just go to the park and walk the park and find a shade tree. And I'm working on getting something so I can bring the cats with me to do something like that. But they're in here. They like being in here and they're comfortable in here. The problem is, you know, they're older and I don't want to leave them unattended when it's hot, even close to being hot out here. So till the weather starts cooling off, we do stuff like this. Now, when I get off from work early in the morning, I can hit a quick workout, shower, come out, everything's fine. When the gym closes at 10, I can get over there at 8, get a quick workout and shower, and that's fine, right? It's just weekends are harder, and it can mess up my sleep schedule, right? Like, if I go take a shower and be done before they close at 7, then that means I've interrupted my usual sleep time to do that, and I still have about 2 hours before my shift starts at work. So there's that as well. That's why you saw me take my old style in the van shower using my little pop-up sink that I have and just some bottled water. But it actually feels really good. And like I say, I'm just going to sweat anyway, so I'm clean. So I just have a clean sweat. By the way, really good Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew had a lot of carbonation to it, and it's got a lot of flavor, so I think it was a good choice for me. Another point, yesterday I had gotten a pink lemonade from Buc-ee's, or strawberry lemonade, I think is what they call it, and I left it on this table while I was driving the whole way. Never fell over, and that would have been bad. That would have been a bunch of red stains on my floor, and with the trash and stuff on the floor, it would have made even bigger mess. So I'm hoping tonight at lunchtime, when I'm at my van, I'm going to leaf blow and shop vac real quick the inside of my van. I can make all the noise I want. It's not out of the ordinary that I'm there. So that's one of the times that I choose to do that, since I have this job and I'm out in the park. I'm just mumbling like crazy today. Since I have this job, I'm out in the parking lot. So again, guys, this is going to be a very candid video. I want to make sure I get you guys a video out every Sunday, and I had planned something out more. It's just every time I thought about going out and getting some of the shots that I wanted for it, it's just too hot. It's too hot. If I step outside the van, and then a couple of the shots had a chance of, you know, burning my daytime spots, which I'm running out of. And like, the shade spot I have over there is a really good shade spot. One of my coworkers, story time. So yesterday, and I didn't video any of this, and I should have. We had a really crazy day yesterday. The cats got into it. Happy doesn't like to share a litter box, so you guys don't see it, but I have 2 litter boxes in the van now, and that's working really well. So Happy's actually using the litter box again. She was using the other litter box to urinate. It's the other thing that was a problem. And in the van, you just don't want that. So now the new thing is, Happy wants that to be kind of her own, but Grable likes to say, this is all mine. So now they have beef on her using that new litter box. So that became a thing. Long story short, they got into a fight, and Grable ended up with my French onion dip all over her face, and Happy got her tail nicked, so she was bleeding. So that's the thing we had to deal with. Right around the same time, the guy that does my job, the other guy that does the job that I do, called me, and he's like, hey, are you parked in that shopping center? That's literally how he said it to him, like, depending on which shopping center. And so anyway, long story short, he goes, yeah, I'm next to you. I'm here a lot too, because I saw you use the shade spot, because he does Uber Eats, because they've cut those overtime hours, and that's how he makes some money. He's got a girlfriend, 2 kids, you know, rent, apartment, all that stuff. Anyway, what the fool did was he went and got himself some McGriddles after work, and he lets them take advantage of him. They'll make him stay an hour after, but he won't get that money. Like, later on in the week, they'll make him come in an hour later, which actually inconveniences me, because now I got to work for an hour without anybody else working on my shift. That's just how the job does it. Anyway, he went and got himself some McGriddles, and he parked the car. Of course, you know, he doesn't have an air conditioning system, so he had his engine running. He was taking a nap, getting ready to log into Uber Eats to go do deliveries. Well, he fell asleep. Keeping in mind, when he called me, it was like something in the neighborhood of afternoon. So we're talking hours. So the engine ran, and he basically ran out of gas. So he asked if I had a gas can. I do not have a gas can. Like right now, I'm close. You know what I'll have to do? I'll call some company to come and just pay the money to have a can of gas put in. Anyway, he doesn't. You know, I don't have a gas can. Give me a second. So I told him, because I'm not trying to burn exactly that I'm living in my van full time yet. So like, you know, he knows He knows I do YouTube streaming. So I told him like I was editing videos and stuff like that. So, and he knows I go to that gym for my showers and stuff a lot of times while I'm working in town. So give me a minute, go out. I take him to a place to get a gas can. I take him to a place to get some gas. We come back, we gas him up. Of course, he's trying to save as much as he can. So instead of buying a gas can, he buys a oil can that holds, you know, for oil. But it has a spout about this big. But then he buys the world's smallest funnel. But we get it done. And anyway, after all that, even though I could have went into work last night, I didn't. I just decided that there was a lot of other externals going on, but there's so much stuff going on. I couldn't get a good sleep. It was hot. The batteries were running low. I was kind of concerned with the cats, of how they would be when I left them, because after a few days, they're good, but like fresh after a battle, they both want a rematch. So anyway, that being said, that means my shade spot, that's one of the few really good shade spots during the day that's close enough to work that I'm not using a lot of gas, in my opinion, is burned, right? So if we got, on one end, we got the lot cop. On the other end, we got a coworker that knows I'm there. Now, would he go out of his way to tell the secret? No, but he's not really good at keeping secrets. And so I think that's going to get out fairly soon, which, you know, I'm not 100% worried about. So I just checked my battery. I'm at 46%. I'm getting a little bit of a charge here, but I am going to have to start kicking the AC on. I feel like we're going to be down to, I think we're going to be in the 20s. So I absolutely need to book that Loves RV. And you guys have to stay tuned, because, you know, I'm going to put this video up tonight, and I won't know if I have the Loves RV, if I make it to Loves RV, until tomorrow. So just know my plan is to book a Loves RV, get off work, grab the window AC unit and the stuff I need from storage, and I am going to go ahead and, I don't know, guess I have to hang out first, because if I don't, I'll be stuck in morning traffic. School has started in this area. So yeah. Guys, if you made it this far, go ahead and give me a like and stuff. I know this thing is not going to get a lot of views with me just rambling and not having a lot of good edits and cuts. So anything you can do to help boost up this video, keep me up in that algorithm. I definitely think that this here is one of the ways that I'm going to survive van life. So, all right, talk to you in a little bit. I couldn't record because my phone was overheating, so it wouldn't let me operate the camera. But we're good now. I migrated from the grocery store. I'm over here at my other shade spot, backed in. I think my coworker is actually over there parked, so hopefully he didn't fall asleep when he's supposed to be delivering again, because we're both supposed to work the same shift tonight. Church is pretty much letting out over there. They never seem to hassle me, so hopefully they don't have a problem with me here. It's a strip mall church on Sundays. That's the only thing that's really going on this side at night. And I don't know if you can see it, but way off in the distance over there where I used to park during the day when I didn't need shade is what they call a lot cop. In fact, it seems like they moved it closer to the gym, and I have seen a lot of like broken glass, like signs of someone breaking glass in someone's car. I've been here a lot and I haven't witnessed anything. There are a lot of transients here, but I imagine that's why it's there. I kind of assumed it was just the extreme heat and people not cracking their windows. I know my gym had some break-ins, so that could completely make sense. But it does like they moved it closer to the 24/7 gym, so I feel like that's what they're really keeping an eye out for. I hope that's the case. That means I won't get hassled. Truth be told, I slept good last night. I watched a movie called Oddity. Really good movie. After I watched the fight, I caught the last fight. I caught the main event. So that was nice. I had forgotten that it was fight night, a numbered fight night, which you guys know I like to watch. So it was a nice little treat that instead of going into work, Cats and I hung out, Bass Pro, ate some chips, ate a bologna sandwich. Cats had their food, got to chill out in a shady spot in the nighttime, and I got to watch a fight and a movie. But I'm rested because I did sleep up until probably an hour before I recorded this video. So I'm rested. We're in a shady spot if no one bothers us. The air conditioning's on. You see what the charge is. I'll let you know what the charge is at the end of this video. That's probably going to be the sign off. So what I'm actually going to do is try to edit this hodgepodge of a video into something that you guys can watch and get it posted before midnight. Hopefully it came out. So comment down below if this video came out before midnight and if you watched it before midnight. Let me know if you didn't as well. Alright, time to edit. Whew. And now it's time to get ready for work.
Roaming this old land in his beat up van. He's Hannibal, Hannibal, the Vanable man. Crocs on his feet, shades on his face. Stealth camping nightly, leaving no trace. Hannibal, Hannibal, rolling where he can. Living off grid, the legend of the van.
Alright everyone. Sat back and watched the Indiana-Atlanta WNBA game. Then I got about probably a couple hours of sleep right before it was time for me to come to work. Pretty uneventful evening, except for the fact that it was still brutally humid. Like, it's humid right now. But as you can see, we definitely need to get charged back up a lot higher because that AC went running hard today. I want to thank you for watching this. Hope you guys are having a great night. Wish me some luck in here at work and safe travels to Love's RV with no issues and plenty of charge. Till next time, this is your old pal Hannibal the Vanable signing off.
Roaming this old land in his creepy van. He's Hannibal, Hannibal, the Vanable. Shadows stretch, he's got a plan. Oh, Hannibal, Hannibal, the Vanable.
That's what a fuck nigga do. That's what a fuck nigga do. That's what a fuck nigga do right there. That's why I say you a fuck nigga. Don't take your bitch ass like you a dead ass mama. Pussy ass mama, nigga. That's why your mama ain't shit, fuck nigga. Your mama ain't shit, bitch ass. Your mama ain't shit, you fuck nigga.